Alright, now, despite me being on Roblox, this is still a God of War video. Alright? Do not think that I'm on Roblox and about to play on Roblox. This is serious that I don't have God of War Ragnarok or like what the fuck is what the hell, bro? This game is strange. So we got God of War Ragnarok. It just happened. I know the full God of War story. I ain't gonna bore you with all those. Because it's just gonna be multiple part video, and I can't really bother to do that. So just check out, just search up on YouTube after this video. After this video, please. Search up. Obviously after this video, search up God of War. But Kratos God of War full story, and you'll watch the God of War Greek saga and the Norse saga, and then yeah, we only got 2 games in the Norse saga compared to the So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. God of War Chains of Olympus, God of War Ghost of Sparta, God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3, God of War Ascension, God of War Betrayal. I missed one out? No. Wait, what? What 8? I said 8, didn't I? I can't count. I don't know, or maybe I was doing wrong with my fingers. I don't know anymore. Ah! So we done got some done things about some done Egypt, alright? So, now, I don't believe none of that, alright? There will be, trust me, there will be God of War something giants, alright? I know it. I know it for a fact. Santa Monica, you are not hiding from me. Alright? You're not hiding from me. Because you know me, yeah? I know for a fact the doodle game. I had a dream about it. I had a dream about it like 2 weeks ago. I only just started getting back into God of War. I haven't played, I haven't listened, I haven't watched any God of War in like I would say solid 11 months. I'd say 11 months. 11 months. Yeah, I'd say 11 months. And a lot of doodle has changed. A doodle. So let's talk about that. All right, let's talk about it. I played God of War Ragnarok, but that was it. So maybe like 9 months, 8 months, 8.5. I'd say 8.5 months. And I had a dream about me going onto the PlayStation Store, seeing PS5, PS4, God of War. I can't remember what I saw in my dream. I remember though it's 69 or 59.99, 49.99, something like that. And the cover looked amazing. It was of Atreus with holding a knife and he was pointing at this like glowy thing. I don't know. And Ango Boda was on the right, bro. That was so weird, bro. I haven't that's weird, bro. That's so weird. So weird. Man, I saw it pre-order as well. Bro, I'm convinced that was real. I was so convinced that was real. I woke up and I checked the PlayStation Store, and when it wasn't there, I was so confused. Santa Monica, I know you, alright? I know you. I'm not stupid, alright? I know that you are making an Atreus game, and I know it. You know it. it's not gonna be called a Atreus game, alright? It's gonna be called God of War something, alright? Just to keep it popular, you know. Like if it let's just say like it would obviously be more popular, like 10 times, a million times more popular if it was if it had the words God of War in it and it was made by Santa Monica Sony, other than, you know, something about Atreus, like who the flipperoni is Atreus, bro, to someone who's like not really into the story or someone who's probably forgot. He's gonna be with Angerboda, and I think there will be like a rockin', like couple of boss battles. I know how it's gonna start. So it's gonna start off with it's gonna start off just the way God of War 2018 did. All right, very confusing, very well, not very confusing, like very like weird. Like it was so weird. We didn't know anything. All right, we didn't know anything at the start of God of War 2018. So it's gonna be like that. All right. So Atreus, man has a beard now. All right. The dude is looking like a fine wine. All right. Or maybe he's grew his hair out, I don't know, just something to make him look different, you know? Or maybe it's a short period of time after. I wouldn't know. I'm not Santa Monica exactly, but I do have an amazing guess on the full game, alright? So, you get disturbed by an old visitor. Thrud, yeah, we're kicking off this game with Thrud, alright? I ain't joking. We got Thrud in here, alright? So what's Doodon gonna happen? Is it gonna be a little Doodon thing? Oh, everybody's saying LA night. So no, what's gonna happen is it's gonna start off with Atreus, Angerboda, and all of the animals just chilling in Jotunheim. You know, Atreus saying nice work to her art and all that. They say thanks, and it's very awkward, but just as they're about to kiss, the portal opens up, and Thrud smashes straight, and she starts wrecking everything, and she says, it was all your fault. If you didn't come in the first place, if your dad just stayed in Greece, then everything would have been fine, and I would still have my dad, and I and Odin would still be the same. Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't have seen it. I wouldn't have seen my own grandparent do something like that. And there's a good old couple of seconds of silence, and Atreus just, I think I'm pretty sure he would say something like, "What do you want me to do?" Or something like that. It's over now. You know, he would have wise words like his dad, you know? So, she Doodon says a Doodon thing about a Doodon little hammer that she calls Mjolnir. So you go out with Angerboda and Thrud to go look for this Mjolnir. And on the way you recover Ingrid, is that his name, Ingrid? Yes, Ingrid, the little sword that has a voice or whatever. Yeah. And Ingrid becomes Atreus' main weapon, and his secondary weapon being the bow, alright? Atreus is pretty fire with the damn sword, you know what I mean? Like, he's popping off, he's popping bear people on their quest, and I think it'll be quite a short game, but it'll be very, like, intriguing. And I think it'll be where I think it will be left at a cliffhanger, I'm telling you. There'll be a second game just built on Atreus, I'm telling you. There'll be two games built on Atreus, I'm telling you. So what will happen is, they do it and look for Mjolnir, and then they finally find it, and it looks like it's the end of the game already. And maybe people are screaming, maybe people are fucking crying, maybe people are going to Santa Monica Studio headquarters or Sony headquarters with a bloody machine gun. Um, Dewey Done apparently ends like that. And the credits start rolling as we're in first person of Atreus and he goes to sleep. Except, it's not what happens. It's not what happens. As the credits end, Atreus wakes up. You can skip it's not all the credits, by the way. You can skip it by holding something, probably. Or pressing something. And Atreus wakes up and he asks Thrud what she was talking about Greece thing. Like there's nothing left there. And Thrud says, "What are you talking about? You know there's still things there." And he's confused. He says, "No, there isn't." And she says, "Come with me." And Atreus feels kind of guilty, like if he's like kind of he doesn't know whether to take Angerboda with him because it might be dangerous, but he does anyway, with some hesitation, obviously. Then they go ahead and do it and go to Greece, and I think it'll be a cool moment where like they leave like Midgard fully. They leave Norse mythology funny, and there's like a barrier, and they break the whole thing where you have to get a tool to break through the barrier and stuff. And yeah, just a small crack, and they repair it after. And yeah. After that, they do it on leave, and it's like the normal world, and they're confused, like, what is this? You know, why is there actual normal people around? And you know, this is obviously based in like maybe like a year after, so I don't know. Maybe like a couple of months. I really wouldn't know myself. But yeah, there's people there, and they just let them walk past, and they look at them like there's some next advanced civilization. But obviously magic exists in Norse mythology, and it doesn't in the normal world. Hopefully, I think. I don't know. We done got some done things where we go to Greece, and at Greece, yeah, we see the whole barrier thing again, and there's a whole thing where Atreus doesn't have the right tool. He tries breaking through with his other tool, but it don't work. It don't work. So what he does, he goes back to his dad, and this is where we get a glimpse. So Atreus says his he knows where his dad is. He told him to keep a tracker on him at all times, to always come back to him when he needs him, because they won't see each other for maybe a long time. Now Kratos, they see him, and they start screaming at him, but he can't hear him. So they finally go up to him in the boat, yeah, and they row a boat right next to him, a very small boat, and they knock. All they do is knock, and a bunch of things come popping out at them, and they're right in their face, turning to basically blow their brains out. Obviously, while not even saying anything because they're not speaking, they're bloody objects. Kratos comes out, he panics, and he looks over, and he says, "Boy," in a very confused tone. And he's like, "I told you to come back only if you needed me most, and it doesn't look like it." And he asks if Atreus and Thrud have made up and all that, and yeah, obviously the basic stuff. And Kratos and Atreus have their little moment. They have a big old hug. Um, and yeah, Kratos gets what he means, but he advises Atreus to never go back, and he says, "I will only say this once in a calm tone, boy. You shall not ever go back. I would never go back, and you should never go to the ever. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous, to say the least." And after a lot of convincing, which is a lot of favors done by Atreus to Kratos throughout most of the game, they finally get the tool and they go to Greece again. And yeah, after a lot of convincing, they finally go in. And as soon as they go in, they die. I'm joking. They don't die. They get they fall unconscious because they're not used to Greek air. They're not used to how low this oxygen levels are because the world has literally ended. Well, Greece has literally ended. They look everywhere. They go everywhere. Everywhere Kratos has explored in backwards order until, like, they start off in Sparta without even knowing it's Sparta because it looks so weird, and then they go around and look at the places where Kratos once was. You know, like the desert of lost souls, the where Kronos is just lying there, and they're like, "Whoa, I've heard that's a Titan," and my dad killed it. Um, and Atreus looks around, and yeah, he looks around a bit more, and yeah, everything. It's like everywhere Kratos has explored, except it's like 10 times worse because Kratos, you only get to see Sparta, but you don't get to see any of the rest of the things. After God of War 3, like, you never get to see any of the other places where Kratos was. You only get to see Sparta. A decent overlook over Sparta, but still only a tiny tinsy-wincy look over Sparta. And yeah, it looks absolutely terrible. And there's a lot of problems, they're constantly losing each other until it finally happens. We were all expecting it. Well, actually, no, none of us was probably expecting it. Thrud disappears. Yeah. So, moving on, Athena comes over. Angerboda is also lost, and it's just Atreus, and he sees Athena at the top of Mount Olympus. And oh boy, does she have some words for him. Whee! Whee! Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! Oh my god, this would be the best encounter of the series, honestly. It would be amazing. Athena is shocked that a mortal lives here. That, like, she says, "A mortal? No. A mortal lives?" And Shidorian says some more Duidon stuff, and after a long big man conversation, she tries killing Atreus. But she ends up giving up, because, like, she feels kind of bad, like, she chats bull about his father, but then kind of regrets it and says he was a nice person who just he had good intentions, and Athena herself has changed. She's not the person she once was to the god of war. And, yeah, some doing more stuff happens, and Atreus asks one thing that sets off Athena screaming, alright? where are all the gods and what happened to this place? And Athena just says 2 words, your father, until she's cut off by Atreus. And he says, oh, this had a massive effect, I can see. Is there any way I can help? And she says, no, we're still repairing. The water level has went down a bit, and the disease has disappeared. The tornadoes have become less common, and the sun, I guess, has started showing up more. Obviously, she would say that in all posh terms, because she's all, you know, all that. And she do it and says some, again, do it on more stuff. Until is where the cliffhanger part comes. She advises Atreus to never go inside from the bottom to the top of Mount Olympus, but Atreus basically sees this as a dare, and he does it anyway. And once he goes, he finds the throne. The throne, the throne, the throne of the god of war. And the words Ares crossed out and Kratos put there, right next to it. And Atreus feels chills down his spine. And he's also shocked. He's like, come on now, I'll be shocked too. I won't be shocked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. My dude done father's killed. A dude done God. I mean, I don't know how I feel, but yeah, comment how you would feel if your dad killed a god and then became that god of whatever he was the god of. You know, like if he killed like Ares, for example, or like probably like if he killed, you know, I don't know. Let's just say he killed the Zeus, you know, king of the gods, you know. What would you do? Because I definitely know I wouldn't do it on nothing, because I would be absolutely shit scared. He would mess up the whole world. Until he sees a weird orange door next to the throne behind it. Like it's like, so the throne is like a seat, obviously, and there's a there's like how many times have I said like in this video, or like god damn, I can't really think, my lad. Like I just said it again. I just said like again, bro. God damn. Oh my, what's wrong with me, Oos? Oh my god, I just said it again. So, yeah, I can't say basically. Basically, it's too much. Basically, I said it anyway. Basically, yeah. So what is gonna happen is what's gonna happen, my lad, is Trace is gonna walk over, look behind the throne, like on the back of it, and there's an orange door, like portally looking thing, and he steps in. Well, he puts his arm in, he puts his hand in, he feels like hotness. He's very confused. And he feels it again. He feels a pointy, sharp, long thing. He puts his leg in, and he gets dragged in. He tries going out, but he can't. He's on a cliff, and if he makes one wrong movement. Yeah, it's very close to death, but then he sees Ares, and the game cuts to black. And I will make a part 2 of this video when I feel like it.